So let's talk about the EP. Conceptually, tell us a bit about it.
Well, I didn't think I'd ever really do a third EP. Like, I did Bad Advice and then Paint the Ceiling Blue last year, and I suppose I thought after that we'd do an album. We had a really good start to this year, and Paint the Ceiling Blue came out about November last year, and the start of this year, January and February, I wrote so much music. Like, I think once all the pressure goes, you know what I mean, and you've put out a tune, and you know that people are promoting your music for you and that, and it was a good time for me to just, the phone stops ringing because no one's asking you for a chorus. You know what I mean? It's like you can just go away while there's no expectations. That's when I go hardest, and then when the phone starts ringing again, I'm like, yeah, got you can pick one of these. You know what I mean? Or like, so I wrote so much music, and then we did a tour with Sam Henshaw in May, and it was really, really, really good fun, man. Good. It was only 4 shows, but it was a really good week, and I spoke to someone that I work with, and was talking about potentially doing an EP, another one. I was thinking, oh man, like, something didn't go well. We need to do it again. But I'd had a collection of songs, and I feel like without a doubt this is my strongest body of work. Even though, I'm songs like, we talk about Bad Advice and that. Honestly, like, that's one of my favourite songs I've ever written, and I'm not really in a race with myself like that. But when we talk about matching the time that I was living, I really did do it with Bad Advice. But this as a body of work and like getting to a place where I'm finding out who I am, like as an actual artist, and what I can offer uniquely. I feel like we've made big progress with this EP, and there's not like a theme running through it or anything like that really. Songs they just write themselves when they're there. Like, you just wait all week and nothing happens, and then most songs they write themselves in 45 minutes, but you have to just be ready for it all the time. Do you know what I mean? So I'm really looking forward people to hearing it. Don't worry, It Looks Like Rain are already out, but there's 2 more tunes on there that I'm just as passionate about, and I'm looking forward to people hearing it for sure.
How do you keep patience? Because I think, as you said before, you were expecting to go onto the album. So how did you manage that situation where you think, another one, I wanted to do an album? How did you deal with that period?
Well, firstly, no, we ended up doing an EP because I agreed that we needed to. Do you know what I mean? And I'd actually already started plotting the track list together, but I knew with how things had gone great. You know what I mean? It's my first time I've been played on Radio 1, and got to 11 in the viral charts on Spotify, and it was like, I'd never experienced anything like that before, and it was cool, and I knew things were getting better, but I knew that we needed to do more. But the patience thing, there's a few frustrated conversations I have with friends, and I'm like, man, I've got to find the energy again. But it's my life. It's not a joke to me. This is what I do every day. Anyone ever talks to me, it's always awkward when people are, the worst question is what do you do outside of music? It's don't know, man. Do you know what I mean? With my daughter whenever I can be, do you know what I mean? But apart from that, it's probably a bit of a sad existence, do you know what I mean? I'm just here reading books and sitting on pianos, do you know what I mean? That's what I'm doing. So it is hard because like I said, when we talk about my family and that, and it's not just my family, it's friends, it's my team of people that have been with me for years now. That's the only pressure, is pressure to pay back the people that have supported me. But for myself, I love it, man. Yeah. And it's not hard for me to go again. It's not hard for me. I'll be doing this forever.
You spoke about a team. How important is it now, as you said before, to have a proper team in place?
Well, I mean that's. I don't know the definite answer to that, because like obviously there's so much music that's successful at the moment that goes under the umbrella of independent. I think,
and that is a common theme behind the scenes, that what's really independent and what's said as being independent.
Yeah, like. But so I don't know what the real answer to that is. But all I know is that I work really hard on my music, and my music is always 100% genuine. And I know that music does a lot of the work, but probably not even half. Probably just gets you to 50%. When you've done something great, it's 50%. But I mean, like, you've got managers, you've got a PR guy, you've got an agent, you've got A&R, you've got a product manager. It's like, you've got radio girl, you've got producers. Do you know what I mean? Publishers, I don't yet, but do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people, and I've had good and bad experience with nearly all of those fields. You know what I mean? I've had good and bad people in all of those jobs, but for the first time ever, I look around and I'm like, yes, all right. I feel like people, everyone around here understands what I like and what I don't like, and it's just a lot of trust. You know what I mean? I get very paranoid because I think we were discussing earlier, like, if you look at my music in a certain light, it's pop music, and it is pop, and I want it to be pop music, but you know, there's some negative connotations to that word sometimes. I get paranoid and a bit nervous sometimes about being a young artist potentially making pop music, that you don't just get labelled like can of beans on a shelf. You know what I mean? You just sing the songs, mate, do your hair, and crack on, we'll do it all. Do you know what I mean? It's like, well, that's all great, but I don't ever forget the fact that actually why I'm actually doing this is for like people that are like people have been coming to my shows like for years. Like, there's people, like, even though this project's still small and new, like, there are some people out there that will be coming to my show next month that was at my gig 5 years ago. Like, that's who matters to me. So when we're like setting up artwork, or when we're setting up how we're gonna release music, or just everything, it's like, well, let's just think about those people for a minute, because we're all like getting all busy with ourselves over it and feeling good about ourselves, but actually, like, let's not forget about them. So it's just about managing, having a big team, no matter how good they are. It's about finding the balance of knowing you don't know everything, knowing that everyone I'm around me is my yeah, man, I look up to them, I respect them all, and they're all people that I can learn from, but I have to make sure that I am telling them the point of this project and what we want to get out from it. Do you know what I mean?
The EP and next year, album mode. Within the album, have you already been thinking about titles, or are you still creating?
Title for the album?
Yeah.
I don't know yet. I haven't got any idea at all. Like, usually that comes last.
So how did you come up with the titles of all your EPs so far?
Well, Bad Advice was easy. It was easy. I think I wanted some mad name, and
that could have been a hip hop album, you know?
So that was easy. Paint the Ceiling Blue just came from some mad conversation with Sticky Blood, the producers I work with in Sheffield, and like, I think it was supposed to be about like a false sense of optimism and about like blue skies and like painting over. We was talking about moving on from Bad Advice, and that the fact that I couldn't hang on to that period forever. So I think it was some terrible analogy about painting the ceiling blue so it's a fake blue sky or something. I don't know, it's probably better unexplained. But the Sunday Scene was from I read Mike Skinner's book this year, and he said that the Sunday scene was the first name for garage. Now my music's got nothing to do with garage, but it's got a lot to do with Mike Skinner. Just how important he is to me and his music. And because he said that like a lot of the nights would happen on a Sunday, so it became known as the Sunday scene or whatever. And I just thought for how much his name comes up in the studio, it was a great title for me to just in my head tie him into the project, you know what I mean? So that's where it came from somehow. I don't know.